with the most romantic gig ever, apparently, where no fewer than 5 people got engaged at your gig.
Yeah,
Pressure.
Yeah, no, I remember that. It was like, it's a weird thing because it just started happening after Thinking Out Loud came out.
Right.
In charge.
Ed, it's been a big day. We have got something very, very special for you. Do you want to be honest, John?
Yes. Now, you sang a song, didn't you, called Lego House?
Yeah.
You're a fan, and Angela has nothing to do with an evening.
No.
So last night...
A lot of time on my hands.
Wow.
Just
Did you actually do that?
I may or may not have done that.
That's incredible.
Isn't it wonderful?
That's so mad.
Over 4,000 pieces in there.
That's you as well.
That's bonkers.
That is
oh, is it?
Yeah, you might be a bit close if I
yeah,
go further
although
away.
we
Can I keep
realise the yes, it's yours. You
Awesome.
can keep it later. We're afraid you might smash it.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you're
On
good,
TV,
you can have
slippery
it.
hands.
Accident prone.
So, yeah, I mean, wonderful. And you're interested in art, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you designed the album art cover in your studio.
Yeah, well, it was. There you go. There was just one day I was trying to think of what to do for an album cover. I knew I wanted it to be bright, and I'd been there, visited it before, and seen he had this huge machine for his spin painting. So he luckily allowed me to go, and we kind of got dressed up in these sort of jumpsuits, and he just gave me loads of buckets, and I just lobbed them.
Loose in the studio.
Yeah, and I got covered in paint, and yeah, and then he sent them to me. He's really sweet, really
When
sweet.
you say he uses them for his spin paintings, I assume he doesn't describe those as just lobbing paint.
I imagine, no, I think his are a bit more planned out. I just wanted mine to be an explosion of blue, but I think his are a bit more planned.
You would hope. And you too as well, right?
He did, well, yeah, he drew a shark.
It's already there.
Yeah, I don't put it up, though, because it's, my ad bod's come back, and I don't want it.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's right on my ribs there.
OK.
So you get your tattoos to mark key events in your life. Key event today, new album out.
Yeah.
Very exciting. First album for 3 years. How do you boil 3 years down?
Well,
into
I've
12 songs?
actually had the Divide tattoo from 2011 now.
Just under the watch, in case you change your mind about the album.
Yeah.
Watch over it later.
Sorry, what was your question before that?
Well, you've got 12 songs from 3 years.
Yeah.
How does that come about?
Just a lot of whittling down. Every time I thought the album was done, I'd sort of leave it for a bit and then live with it and then come back to it and realise that I could do better. So I just kept adding, taking away, adding, taking away.
A lot of maths.
A lot of smart. But yeah, and then it kind of finally got to a point where had someone not just taken the album and put it out, I would have done that for forever. Because I didn't really know when the album was done, and then someone just kind of took it and went...
So who tells you?
Time.
Time.
I always said I wanted to release a single first week of January, so it had to happen.
This has to happen.
Get Christmas out of the way.
But I had Castle on the Hill recorded and done for about 2 years. We just never thought it would be a single.
Right. And Multiply, your last album, sold 14 million copies. You had a target this time round, is that right?
Yeah, well, my target for the last 10.
OK.
So the target for this one... And
you
that
exceeded that, just 10,
Yeah.
and you did millions, didn't you?
I reckon this time, do you know what I'd like? My main target for me is to break France. France is like it was the last market. They never really, I never really broke it on Plus or Multi. It's just on this record. So I'd love to.
Why is that?
They've got such a big domestic market. It's 90% radio on there is just French artists. So speaking artists, you're competing with like the likes of like Beyonce, Lady Gaga, Taylor, Justin Bieber. So to kind of get in there, you have to really be one of those acts.
So you look at the business side of things. You take that quite seriously.
Yeah, well, I think, I spend a lot of time creatively creating something, and I don't let business get involved in that at all. I'm really, really happy with. And then in my mind, I'm kind of like, why not the whole world to hear this? Why not try and get it out to as many people as possible? Yeah. It's kind of like a dirt to say when I'm saying, oh, I like check my stats and figures, and everyone's like, oh, that's not real, and it should just be about the music. But it is about the music. I'll create the music, and why not want the whole world to hear it? I don't understand why I would make an album and just be like, oh, cool, and then just sort of leave it on the side.
Stick it in the glove compartment.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes total sense.
I guess so, yeah. And you managed to follow without a phone, which blew my mind earlier. But Thinking Out Loud is...
I mean, the song that is the most popular song as a first dance at weddings around the world. It was in the charts for a whole year. You feel you've traveled.
I do. On the first record, brother composed all the strings on it, and that was the first time we'd worked together. He's a classical composer, so it's you know, it's a very, very special song to me.
Well, coming to a church near you, we asked you guys at home to get in touch and tell us the stories behind your first dance, and as always, you didn't disappoint.
Obviously, and like I'd be playing a show, and then you just hear, middle of like a quiet song, like an eruption of like applause and screaming, and I'd be like, I didn't do anything, and then like found out that people started getting proposed, and I was playing the O2 arena in London, and it happened like 5 times in one song, and by the end of it, obviously, I'd clocked.
It's getting annoying.
Yeah. That was fun. It was fun. For me, it's the most. It's such an honour to have someone pick such a special moment of their life to be either to one of my songs or at one of my concerts, or just like in
soundtrack.
Yeah, and that's going to stay. Even if you know, I die and my music dies, it's always that person's memory.
And even
forever.
if they get divorced, they'll remember that song forever. I wonder if there's anyone here who got engaged at that very concert.
Surely not. Surely not. Oh.
It's Lauren and Tom, everybody! Congratulations!
Did we get?
How did it happen?
Well,
what did you do?
I got down on my knee during Give Me Love and proposed to her.
So were you the first one past the fence? He said there was 5.
No, we were number 3, actually.
Number 3,
Yeah.
OK. So you didn't get wobbly when you heard 2 little eruptions?
Well, slightly, but I knew I wanted to do it that night, so...
Did you get annoyed when the first 2 people did it before you? You like, oh, God, that's kind of like dropped me in.
Kind of stole my thunder, but
yeah.
of course...
But you were going through?
Yeah.
When's the wedding?
August.
10th of August this year.
OK, and how are the plans coming along?
They're going good.
Yeah?
They're going good. Bit stressful, but got my dress and everything, and
That's
invites
it.
are almost all out.
OK, what about the first dance?